What made you cool in school that would be very uncool in adulthood? Playing with Beyblades and carrying around the giant arena for them at all times. You never know when a spin battle may ensue. Imagine the utopian society in which adults could just settle differences by letting it rip. I was cool because I had a DSi in 5th grade. I would flex on my friends by drawing pictures in rainbow on Pictochart. I have a Nintendo Switch now. No GF. No friends. And no rainbow drawings. It's because you don't have Pictochart. Just get you some Pictochart with rainbow drawings and you'll have friends in no time. Bragging about 6. Did it high school. Friends thought I was cool. Did it as an adult. Everyone thought it was gross and my dad threw the family cat at me. Well, at least you got some pussy out of it. From his dad though. I won best dressed male in senior year. My wife laughs every time she sees the little trophy they gave me, that I kept her. Being well dressed and groomed is like at least 35% of what makes people attractive. Hot people that don't know how to dress well are more likely to seem closer to average. Put them in some fitting and modern clothes and they stand out. The ugly nerd to hot chick makeover trope in movies actually has its base in reality to some degree. Back in the day, Hot Wheels was the shit. We used to bring them into elementary school, show them off, and trade them. Anything with gold wheels was hot shit. Anything that was a model of a real car was too. We used to just make stuff up that boosted the rarity of a car. Stuff like, this one is in metallic white and only 10 were made. Collecting Hot Wheels now probably not so cool. Although I still think they are cool. Edit, I have never been so happy to be wrong. It didn't make me cool. But an old friend of mine, we're no longer friends, was far cooler than me. Why? Because he didn't care about grades. Was openly hostile to authority. Smoked weed all the time. Had a criminal record. And generally just had that I don't give a duck. I'm a badass confidence. That's cool in high school. Nowadays, though, that guy is thought of as being very uncool. Why? Because not caring about your job performance, the adult equivalent of not caring about grades. Being openly hostile to authority, such as your supervisors. Or the cops. Spending most of your waking life stoned. Having a criminal record. And somehow still thinking you're a badass definitely isn't cool in adulthood. Also, nothing against being stoned. I am right now. But I'm not all the time. And that makes a big difference. In 3rd grade I broke my arm and got a glow-in-the-dark cast. I also had glow-in-the-dark shoes. I think it was the most my peers have ever liked me in my life. You were really cool if you were missing a tooth in school. If you're missing a tooth in adulthood you just look like a crackhead. I was voted most likely to be out of dress code in high school. Because I was always getting detention for breaking dress code. It was a pretty cool honor to have for a senior superlative. Because it was about as rebellious as you could get at a Jesuit high school. As an adult that would just get me fired if I was constantly breaking the dress code of a place that had one. I was uncool then. And I remain uncool now. Consistency. Which is pretty cool. For an adult. Burping really loud in the cafeteria. Kids from other classes knew my name because of that. I haven't tried that in the office. And I don't think I'm going to. I did 1000 bounces on a pogo stick when I was 12. As a 33-year-old today, people would probably be concerned for my mental health. People should be more concerned about the mental health of an adult who has lost the joy of achieving 1000 bounces on a pogo stick. In high school, I knew all of the lyrics to a ton of late 90s and early 2000s club banger rap songs. I was known for this throughout my entire school. And people would always dance near me at dances to watch me flawlessly lip sync these songs. I did the rapping hand movements too. And often some of the dances from the music videos. Although I was a much better lip syncer than dancer. I am and was a tiny white girl from a small rural village. It's so embarrassing to think about now. I do occasionally get asked to do it at the weddings of classmates. But I wiggle out of it by sticking to the bar. I can't imagine the brain power I wasted on this, when I should have been focusing on my studies. Probably one of the reasons that I had to take remedial math in college. Thank God I no longer live near where I grew up. I've been hiding from memories of my high school self ever since. I was so cringe. Making out with underage women. Girls. Underage women is an oxymoron. My running speed. I was fast as duck. Now completely useless and uncool. To run through playgrounds. I used to Naruto run around during dodgeball at recess. I didn't do it because of Naruto though. Ducking love Sonic. I was the first person I knew to beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on NES. AHHHHH. I still play this game. Immediate props to you. I remember how proud I was to just beat Soda Popinski. Being the class clown in any sort of instructional setting. It's funny when you're a kid but seen as obnoxious and attention seeking when you're an adult. However, a well-timed witty quip during a dull meeting can help break the monotony and boost morale. But don't be obnoxious about it or do it all the time. For example, I was in a meeting where the presenter, my boss, was outlining the plan to build a fail-safe redundancy on the network. Immediately as he finished the idea, I blurted out, "That's just crazy enough to work." Everyone chuckled. Even my boss. And all the glazed over eyes were suddenly paying attention again. All those years of practice as a class clown paid off. Owning an absurd amount of Pokemon cards. IDK, what more a woman would want than a Rayquaza X. First gen holo cherries at OFC. Selling weed to kids. Yo, you guys wanna buy some chronic? Getting drunk in the morning. Context is key. Sunday brunch in Vegas? Yay. Sweet. Count me in. Monday morning on the train to work? Oof. I grew a mustache in 5th grade and a beard in 7th. I wasn't popular but I was obviously well known throughout school. I was hot shit until halfway through high school. We had a kid like this we called Blackbeard. Had a legit full beard in 7th 8th grade. Fast forward to senior year, he was bald as a cue ball but still had full pirate beard. It lost its intrigue when everyone's facial hair caught up. Pretending to be a 1337H4X0R by opening command prompt on a school computer. Knowing a little bit of HTML and some similar trickery that may look cool until you know that it doesn't really do anything. Cheating and getting away with it was rad in school, but if you cheat the IRS instead of getting cool points you get jail time. Now is a good time to cheat and get away with it. The IRS has been underfunded a lot within the past 2 years and they have a backlog of cases. Which means that there are fewer people working more fraud cases. So if you do cheat, the chances of you getting away with it is higher compared to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 plus years ago. Nighttimes.com. Playfully messing with girls. Almost everything would be considered sexual harassment in adulthood. Sagging your pants. I remember the March of the Penguins, watching kids walk down the hall in front of me. Having kids sleep over at my house. I'm questioning this comment a little bit. Michael Jackson laughs in the distance. Me and my friends showing up to school events dressed the same. I remember in 7th grade a group of us wore full NBA uniforms. I think I was Alonzo Mourning. We were all 100-pound skinny white kids. Having the highest score in Flappy Bird. Or a year later, having a phone with Flappy Bird. Knowing someone that would buy alcohol for underage kids. In high school there was a girl who was popular for going to class with a water bottle filled with vodka. I feel like going into work sheet-faced drunk every day would not be very professional. Not me personally. But every high school class clown I ever met in adulthood was just a pain in the ass. Watching cartoons. My Little Pony. Invaders Eject. During school lunch when a kid got in trouble I started the Jerry Springer chant and the whole class started chanting Jerry. 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 Being a class clown. Imagine an adult constantly interrupting and making stupid comments during meetings. It gets old quick and is very disrespectful. My moaning. Yes, I'm a guy. You know, in like 6th grade or something where all the guys joke about sex. Well, I used to be good at just moaning. Now I don't count as an adult, but I can imagine what would happen if I did that at an office. Made a living, $6-ish, by selling cardboard gears and whatnot for use in science projects. It was really easy. Just buy an empty box. Use up all of the parts. And sell it back for half the price. Now if you did that as an adult, people would think you're broke as hell. I took a solid minute to put a pillow in a pillowcase at my freshman orientation assembly. It was a boys vs girls relay and I turned a one-sided win into a nail-biter victory for the guys. The entire gym was chanting my name as I struggled. 10/10 would do it again. Talking back to authority figures just because you can. In school you're seen as somebody who won't take it lying down. As an adult you're probably just immature. Not me. But someone from my school. He would basically annoy everybody. Wouldn't do what the teachers told him to do and would even say horrible things about people. Some people saw him as cool for this. Now he's at university. All alone with no friends. Probably having the saddest time of his life. I have the reverse issue. Everything that made me uncool growing up, people think is cool now. Like, people made fun of me like crazy for beating the Lion King on SNES then. But now people think it's cool.